Everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. This is the TOGR shed. This has been standing for a very long time, almost 100 years. As you can see here, the shed needs some repairs. This side, there's quite a few rotten boards, and that's because of splashing. Water runs off the roof, hits the ground, splashes up, rots those boards. Overall, those repairs would be very simple. Those I could do in a couple of hours. But what I want to do to this, I've thought about this long and hard. I want to turn this shed into a cabin. I would love to have a place that I can come to during a winter storm, get out of the rain, whatever, and have some protection from the elements. As it stands right now, this is a beehive. It's a spider's nest, and that's because it's outside. It's nothing but a frame. In fact, I've even caught turkeys inside of this, literally. One day I was down in this valley filming. I heard turkeys, right? So I snuck up here, walked around the corner, and there was 10 turkeys inside of this thing. It was so funny. Making nests in the ground, in the dirt. As it stands right now, everyone, the overall bones for this shed are in really good shape. My plan is not to change much as far as the inside goes with the frame itself. My plan is basically to replace the boards that need to be replaced. I'm going to wrap it in Tyvek after that. I'm going to put some sort of siding on it, something nice, cheap, inexpensive, but something that's fairly long lasting. In addition to doing that, we will be putting in some windows. We are going to wall up this side completely, and we're going to put a door in on this side. In addition to all of that, we will be putting in some flooring and whatnot. But overall, this is going to be a very simple process. I have to say that I'm not the world's best carpenter. I know, I always joke about this with my dad because he does construction, but I know just enough to be dangerous. And I think that sounds about right. I know just enough. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to film this exactly. I don't know if I'm going to do one big long video or break it into parts. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to begin working on this rather soon. Probably next week. All of next week looks great as far as the weather goes, so I may come out here and begin tearing off some of these boards. We will see if those will come off, to be honest. Some of that is wormy chestnut, super strong stuff. It's aged for a long time. So we'll see what comes off easily. It's time to begin, and I'm going to start by tearing off the boards that need to be replaced. I'm not going to throw those away. If I can cut them in half and use part of it for trim, I will. I really want to use as much of the original wood as possible, so I could use that for trim around the windows and whatnot. Now, speaking of the windows, I am going to use plexiglass. That will work fairly well in something like this. The most important thing to keep in mind with this is that this is not a house. I'm not building a house here. I'm building an off-grid rustic cabin that's basically blocking the wind, keeping the bugs out, keeping the bees out, because I am highly allergic to bee stings. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people ripping into me saying that I'm doing something wrong. That's okay. I don't care. You shouldn't care either. If you're going to go out and do something like this yourself, who cares? Do it your way. The most important thing is that you do it, right? I've heard it said before, I like the way that I do it better than the way that you don't do it. I think that makes a lot of sense. That's pretty funny, folks. A deer has come by and rubbed on the side of the shed here. That's funny. I was out here just the other day and that was not there, but the deer, they're out like crazy. They're rubbing on everything at the moment. With this side here, you can see it's in pretty good shape. There's a few boards that need to be replaced. There will be a window here, another window here, windows on the other side as well. All of this will be wrapped, and then we'll have the siding here. One thing is for certain, before I wrap this, I need to spray it for termites and for ants. To heat this shed, I will be using a wood stove, and I believe the pipe will be coming out on this side of the shelter. That could change, but so far that's what I'm thinking. Inside of here, I already have a very heavy cast iron wood stove, but I have something else that I'm going to heat this with. I picked up the stove sometime back for this shed. Now it's time to fix this up and put it in there. Now, folks, I'd love to hear from you all. Make sure to comment down below and share your thoughts. What do you all think about my plans for this shed? Turning it into a cabin. I've shared already what I thought, what I was thinking. Make sure to share with me what you're thinking. I will be reading all the comments, and I will be taking your suggestions into consideration, so I do appreciate it big time. Initially, I was going to do just a simple facelift on this. I was going to replace some boards and call it done. And then I was also talking to a viewer. You know who you are. Thank you very much. It's funny. It's like two minds thinking the exact same thing. And we basically just blurted it out at the same time, which is pretty funny. Cabin. So Susie and I, we were talking about it. And I think we could come up with something that's really neat here. So that is part one of this series. Again, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to film this. It may be all one long episode, or I may break it into parts. So we shall see. What I know for certain is that I'm getting started next week, and I will be sharing pictures of what I'm doing on Facebook, on YouTube, and Instagram. Again, everyone, I do appreciate your feedback big time. I've said it before, I'm not a master builder. That's not my superpower right there, but I know enough to hammer some boards together. I can measure, cut, use a square. Oh yeah, we'll be all right. We'll get it done our way, right? Go ahead, put your thinking caps on, start thinking about what I should do here. Comment down below, shoot me an email if you want to. I do appreciate it big time. I will be doing those updates. I will be filming this as I go, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. But yeah, there will be more about the shed coming up very soon. And I may include updates in the overnight adventures that I film here at Lone Wolf Mountain. So thank you all so much for everything. Comment down below. Strength and honor. Bye for now.